everyone, welcome to day one. We're waiting for our first load here. I had a little time to run around town and get a couple little extra things. I got a short-handled broom so I can clean out the back. Took me a while to find them, but I found some sunglasses hooks. So I got my safety glasses and sunglasses up there, out of the way. And I am all loaded up, ready to go. I also actually bought a little printer. That's it right there, so that I can print out bill of lading, not have to go find a place to print. So I am, I think, ready, more than ready. Just gonna be waiting until I get an order. Got my first load. I'm off to Huntington, Indiana. Got a little ways to go for pickup. Well, it took about an hour to get loaded, but there she is in the back. Not very much, not very big, but that's what we're hauling. Driving through storms just seems to be what the thing is to do now. Got us a nice storm we're going through. At least we have a tailwind. It's helping my gas mileage out. That's good. 17.6, getting back up there. And now starts the process of learning how to deliver expediting loads. Hi.
What are you looking for?
I have a delivery for Mac Logistics.
Receiving's down that way. It's going to be open in about 50 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll park down that way, but this is for employee parking over here only.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
So the first thing we learned here is not to park in the employee parking. In fact, don't park in any parking lots. Go around to where all the docks are and look for a magic door that says something like receiving if you're dropping off, shipping if you're picking up. It could be shipping and receiving. Every facility is a little different. So you just kind of look all over, and then once you find the door, park very awkwardly. It always feels very awkward where I have to park, and maybe ignore all the signs, because why would signs tell you what to actually do? And then you go ahead and leave your vehicle parked awkwardly and go in the receiving door, and then they would let you know where to back your rig up. Usually there's dock numbers. They'll give you a dock number, and then you go find the number and back up to the door. And in some cases, they actually want you to back all the way into the facility, like this one.
Nice van. Thank you. Yeah, like that. Nice.
I got it from Penske.
Penske?
Yeah.
You bought it from them?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I outfitted it, but that's where I got it from.
Yeah.
Of course, it's always nice when people compliment you on your van, although this being my first delivery, it really kind of caught me off guard. And I feel like maybe I was a little awkward in my response, but still awfully nice of the guy to compliment my van here. And then we just close everything up and make sure they sign the paperwork. Morning, everyone. We're here at the Wawa in Pennsylvania. There's some nice trees in front of us. I got a nice little spot to park. Got some privacy. So I got in this morning at like 4 a.m. and then I slept for about 2 hours and got up and did the delivery, which was great. That went smooth. Now I'm empty, and I've been here waiting to get my next order. They're working on getting me my next order, and I took a nice nap while I waited, which felt awesome because at that point I was very tired. And so here we are, empty, and I'm awake again. It's actually 12:30 now, and we're working on an order to Nashville. We'll see if it comes through or not. Got me a breakfast burrito from Wawa. Let's see how good this is. Hi, this is Roy, Truck 140, and I think I'm going to start heading west, sorry.
Okay, start heading west.
And then I'll probably be around Cleveland tomorrow. It's
Oh, cool.
6 hours, 24 minutes, 384 miles. This trucker is intentionally pacing this other truck right next to him. Been doing it for about a mile now. Really making this car upset too. See how long they do it. See if I can put the camera up here for you. See him if he goes to passing to lose brakes and slow down probably. Just as I said something, finally. He's finally passing him. Oh, that's gonna make that car happy. Finally made it to Ohio. It's late. It's about 2:30. Got about a half hour to go before I stop tonight in the outskirts of Cleveland. And I finally figured out how to use the dash cam, so I can talk to you without having to hold a camera, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, gonna push through. Got my curtain open to get a little heat in the back. Gonna stay here in Cleveland and see what tomorrow brings. So let's roll into a nice truck stop for the night, and this way we can sleep without getting bothered, without getting woken up. Truck stops are a little noisy, but they're usually pretty good places to sleep just because, like I said, they don't bother you. Alright, we made it here to Cleveland, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, Ohio at the Love's truck stop. And I'm about to turn in for the night. I'll see you in the morning, and maybe we'll get a load, maybe we won't. Only time will tell. So I did get a load out of Ohio going into Michigan, and that was great. It was a beautiful day for a drive, and why not pass a little nuclear plant along the way to the delivery. Okay, thank you. Now I'm delivering at the Ford plant in Michigan, and this place is quite confusing. The really nice lady at the gate told me to go to the trailer on the right, and I don't know about you, but I see a heck of a lot of trailers on the right. Eventually I did pass all the brand new cars, so that's kind of cool, and I found way down here at the end, I found a sign here that said to turn here. So I just did it, and then I had to proceed around all of these trailers and ignore the GPS. It has no idea what to do. And finally I found this here parked semi, and I said to myself, well, maybe I should just follow the semi. Why not? Hello. Hello. Delivering to G2. And what do you know, that was the proper trailer, and he actually told me which door to go to. Now I did learn on this one, some facilities, they want you to back all the way up into the facility. Other facilities, if you try and back in, they will yell at you and tell you, no, 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 you need to stay down there. And so it's kind of a just play it by ear, game of chance. Every place has a little different methodology. So just kind of ask a lot of questions. That's basically what I've learned, is you just ask a lot of questions from everybody. And fortunately this was a nice light pallet, so I was just, as you saw, able to drag it back so that the forklift could get it. And there we are empty. Hi, this is Roy. I just finished this delivery up here and sent my paperwork through. Yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to eat breakfast here. And breakfast I did find. Here is a nice little IHOP at a truck stop, and I have also learned not to worry about putting all the straps away when I'm done delivering until I get out of the facility and get to wherever I'm going to wait for my next load, because there's plenty of time and I'm not in anyone's way and I can just take my time and get the straps nice and cleaned up. Well, I made my delivery. Now I'm empty, and I had some breakfast at IHOP, and then they kicked me out of the parking lot.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
No problem. This
Oh.
is a private property only restaurant. Pilot is available.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I ate there, but okay.
Huh?
I
Oh,
ate there. It
you're
was a
here?
good meal.
Yeah.
But I'll move.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I don't know about that. Especially since it's a truck stop. So I said, fine, I'll go to a different truck stop. So I'm off. I'm going to a different truck stop. I'll check in when I get there. Well, I was going to get fuel at that truck stop, but I guess not. They lost out on that one. And so I came down here to this Love's, not too far away, like 12 miles, and I tanked up here. That's a win for this truck stop and a loss for the one that kicked me out. So it's a win for them, and I'm thinking I might head back home tonight. A little bit here, I'll call dispatch and work that out. And then, because it's a Memorial Day weekend, and so I don't think there's going to be too many loads coming out from business to business on Memorial Day weekend. I could be wrong, but pretty sure that's going to be the way it works. And so, I'm going to go ahead and download some of this dash cam footage and call dispatch and probably get on the road. I also wanted to say I got one more piece of gear. I found this cute little camp chair, and it folds up all tiny, and there's no arms, so I can play guitar in it, and it tucks right away into the bin over here, which is great. So another piece of gear. Eventually I'll have all the gear worked out. The bed is working awesome. Can't tell you how awesome it works. I put it up to drive and pull it down to sleep. And let's see, I picked up a little broom the other day. Did I show you that? Just a little short-handled broom. And then I just figured out I can tuck my straps in here so that they're easy to access, because earlier I was loaded with 2 crates in here and 2 pallets, and it was a little tough to get to the straps over here. So I think this way will make them much easier to get to, right by the back door. So, kind of working things out, getting things straightened out in here, and just kind of figuring out how to roll. Alright, I'll check in with you later once I decide what to do. Alright, I got another load going to Kansas City tonight, so I'm going to go to a rest stop and try and catch an hour of sleep or so, and then I'm going to go load up. Now this facility really kind of threw me for a loop. It's a manufacturing facility, and I went in there and it was so filthy and so smoky inside. I couldn't believe that they're allowed to operate this way, but fortunately for me at least, all I have to do is go in and sign some paperwork and I'm all loaded up. Time to strap it in and I can get on down the road to breathe fresh air. Guess we gotta do this with the music off. So I'm all loaded. I'm off down the road. And I actually have enough time to sleep tonight, which is great. Looking forward to that. And I also got me a big burrito. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got me a big burrito here from Chipotle because I was early, so I had time to get this on the way in to the pickup. And I'm eating it now, and that is good. It's good. I'm gonna dig into it here. Oh yeah. That's gonna hit the spot. 1 mile to go. Well, I'm listening to my own music that I made, so they can't copyright me on that. YouTube, I can play this all I want. So I can even film while I listen to music with this music. Oh, it's coming up.
Oh good, this guy's getting out of the way. Oh, nope, back to our home state. Welcome to Indiana. No Ohio for us. Straight to Indiana. Well, we can afford to get gas again because we're in Indiana. Got 163 miles until I'm empty. So, probably wait a little while. Not too long. I don't want to end up in Illinois and empty gas, that's for sure. Whew. Alright everyone, we are getting real close to the border, past the Cabela's. Wish it was open and I had time to stop, but I'm pretty sure it's closed because it's 1:12 at night. And I just stopped and fueled up. I think it was basically in Gary, Indiana, wherever I was. And that vibe is very different from where I live in Indiana, I'll tell you what. Even the vibe on the road here, I mean, like, a few minutes ago, the speed limit's 55 and people were blasting past me at like 80. But cop just had someone pull over, so everyone's calmed down for at least a second. But we're coming right up on the border. This is exit 1, getting super close. Like I said, it's 1:12. I think I'm going to push on till probably 3 or 4. And then I'm going to find a place to take a nap. And, you know, sleep probably 3 hours. And then I'll get up and push on to the delivery. Get this load out of the van. And there's another cop on the other side of the road. They're out here, but people are passing me like I'm standing still, like I'm not doing 5 over already. That's okay. They can go clear the cops out for me. There's a sign, 55. Yeah, they can have them. They can have all the cops. Me, I'm happy not getting pulled over. I prefer it that way. Yep, much prefer it that way. Any second, we should get our sign here.
1.5 miles. Keep right to I-94 West.
Look at that, she's interrupting. Keep right. So I'm on the right. I'm in the right, I'm on the right, and the sign should be coming up in like 0.1 miles. We're almost in Illinois. Oh, there goes someone. Zoom. Alright, we're going to stay on 94. Got it. Well, I'm pretty sure that was the state line right there. We just crossed the mile markers. Oh no, 0.1. We got 0.1 to go. 0.1 to go. We're not there yet. There's an emergency warning. Some silver Honda. Is that it on the shore? Get them, get them. It's a silver something. Looks like a Honda. There it is. There's the sign. Welcome to Illinois. Okay. Whew. We're out of Indiana. Darn it. And we want 94. I think. West 94.
Be an end of 3 right lanes.
West 94 Danville. 394 Danville. I'm staying in this lane. 394 Danville. Yeah. 394 Danville. Oh, yep, she's right. Any of the 3.
In 1.5 miles, keep left toward I-80 Toll West.
Woo. So supposedly they gotta pay some toll somewhere in here. Never looked forward to that, but it was like 30 some odd, almost 40 miles further to not pay the toll, and the toll is only supposed to be 55 cents. So at 16.6 miles to the gallon, I figure, well, that's about, roughly 2 gallons, and that's at, $3.50 a gallon. That's $7, so it's well worth paying the toll. That's my math. Let me know if I'm crazy and it's wrong. Pretty sure that works out though. Although I haven't had to pay one yet, and I'm not exactly sure where this toll comes into play. But onward, forward. I think we're about to start heading south soon.
Be in the left lane.
Be in the left lane. Anyone over here? Guess not. How about this one? Anyone over here? Guess not. 80 West Tollway. Okay, here's our tollway. Alright,
Continue on the current road.
I'll check in with y'all later.
This is really difficult to see, but right here on the side of the road is someone driving down the shoulder with their lights off. Man, that's dangerous. But on we go to another truck stop for a fuel up and a good night's sleep. Good morning, everyone. It's about 7:30 here, and just getting up to get back on the road so I can go make my delivery. And I just wanted to show you all why I hung the bed here instead of putting it on posts. As you can see, I've got my load unloaded past the bed, but I'm still able to put the bed down and sleep because it is hanging from these straps from the top up there, if you can see that. A little dark back there, but it's hanging. There's a strap back there going up to the roof, and there's a strap right here going all the way up. And that way I can still sleep, still have the bed sleeping while I'm loaded. Alright, I'm gonna get on the road here in a few minutes. First I gotta go get some coffee. Alright, we're crossing the Mississippi River, coming into Hannibal. So that's the state line. We're entering Missouri. We weren't filming at that point, but this is where we lost the cat and then found it. We almost lost the cat for good here in Hannibal. This is where John Wayne is from. Right over there. He used to Mark the Twain. Mark Twain, not John Wayne. Mark Twain. Yeah, get it right, Roy. Alright, so here we are. Welcome to Missouri. Woo! Got a ways to go. Got about 3 hours left. Alright, everyone. You're getting tired? Try this out. Boom. 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 Down. Down. Whoop. Before I met you. Before I met you. Before I met you. It was just me and my dog. But then I met you. And then I met you. And then I met you. Doing the downward dog. Try that out when you get tired. It'll wake you right up. Okay, I might be a little silly there, but you know, got to do something to stay awake. Now, this was a very interesting one. I went to that first door where the GPS sent me, and the guard said, nope, go around to this other door. I went around to this other booth, and they said, how the heck did you get here? You shouldn't have been able to go that way. You need to go around to the other side of the booth. So, okay, so I go around to the other side of the booth. Finally, I'm where I think I'm supposed to check in, and they say, no, you're supposed to go to this other facility. Who knew? So I go to the other facility, and like a fool, I read the signs, and I follow the signs, and I wait at the guard shack. But the nice trucker behind me informed me that we don't need to stop at the guard shack, even though the sign tells us to. Like I said, don't pay too much attention to the signs. So I proceed on down looking for my receiving door, and I finally find it. And this place actually has parking next to the receiving door. Imagine that. So I go in and they tell me, you are on the wrong side of the building. Huh. Okay, so now I go around to the other side of the building and I go into this receiving door. Now this building only had one address. I don't know how I was supposed to know which door to go to, but they helped me out. They told me which dock to go to, and in this instance they wanted me to back all the way into the building, as you can see there. And then we're getting unloaded here. This guy had a really nice forklift, but I had 3 pallets on board, and so even with that really nice forklift, he could really only get to the first 2 pallets. And so the first 2 pallets unloaded nice and smoothly, but the 3rd pallet was quite heavy, and there was no way I was dragging it out. And this is why it is a really good idea to carry a tow strap with you. So if anyone's getting into this business or you're in this business, I would highly recommend getting a tow strap. I got mine at Harbor Freight. It didn't cost that much, but you'll see here that the only way we had to get this was to get the tow strap out, hook it up to his forklift. I wrapped it around the base of the pallet because there wasn't anything else to hook it to. And then once we got the tow strap all hooked up, you'll see that he was able to quite easily just drag the pallet back so that he could get his forks in it. And then pretty straightforward there. But if I didn't have a tow strap, I don't know, we would have had to get real creative. So I am saying that's a wise purchase. If anyone in this business, get yourself a tow strap, and it makes the unloading quite a lot easier. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how we would have done that without the tow strap. We would have had to get real creative. But here we go. We're done with this load and time to move on. All right, so I got unloaded there. You saw that. And then I decided to come over here to Cracker Barrel for dinner. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever we're gonna call it. Had a good meal, had some steak. It was good eating. And I think I'm going to visit Cabela's on my push home if I make it that far. If I get an order, I'll take it. But it's Saturday now on Memorial Day weekend, and I'm getting a feeling there's not going to be many orders until this weekend's over. So I'm going to head and push on home. I've got about, I think, 8 hours and I'll be there. So yeah, Cabela's, here we come. Right now, before I leave, I am downloading footage from the dash cam and the cam in the back for y'all. It takes a little while to download it. I got it downloaded on my phone. I only get about 8 hours before it records over itself again, so I've got to kind of keep up with downloading what I want, and then the rest of it can record over because I don't want it, because I'm just going to give you guys the highlights. I'm not going to make you watch hours and hours and hours of me driving. I'm sure you don't really want that. Okay, so once I'm done downloading this, I am off to Cabela's. Alright, I think we're crossing the border into Illinois. I had to skip Cabela's because I wasn't really going to get there and only have like 10 minutes before it closed. So I'm going to take a little pit break at a Walmart here and then push on home. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good jazz.